Guys, I am back and today we are going to be doing a fun, quick get ready with me. I have places to be this afternoon, but I really wanted to sit down and talk with you guys and work through my makeup. So without much further ado, let's start with primer. So in complete honesty, kind of already filmed this get ready with me, as in I filmed a get ready with me like 2 weeks ago, and then I never edited it. I filmed that and another video. I just never edited them, and then just life kind of got a little hectic, and I just was like, instead of editing a really old video, I'll just film, because I felt like filming, and I didn't feel like editing that get ready with me or that other video. I wasn't like the most happy with them, so here we are. But take two. Things have been very busy. There are certain things in like personal life that I don't want to talk about on the internet, but there are certain things that I can chat about. First of all, internship search has been kind of like just a lot of up and downs, like you get that email where it's like, hi, we'd like to interview you, and you're like, oh my god, like this company wants to interview me, it's really exciting. And then you like do all of your interview prep, and then you do the interview and you feel however you feel about it. Usually I don't know, I feel good, which is maybe I shouldn't always feel good, but whatever, I tried my best. And then it's just waiting. So like right now, it's like there are companies that I'm waiting on. There are companies that I am about like getting ready to interview for in different rounds. Like some companies do like 3 or 4 rounds of interview, and that's just like a lot, especially for like an intern. But a lot of people believe that internships are supposed to prep you for like the real world. I hate it when people say that to me. Or like the first 24 years of your life are like a trial run where mistakes don't follow you, nothing matters. Everything is like participation trophies, because I don't know, that's not how I felt it was. And maybe when I get older, I'll be like, oh yeah, that was horseplay. Like, I did say to my friend the other day, I'm like, I really wish we had the same issues that we had, the same level of issues that we had freshman year of high school. We thought they were like so stressful, and like at the time they were, but when you go through them, you get smarter and stuff. But it's just funny, I guess. I don't know. So I have a final interview with a company on Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm not sure. They reached out. They were like, could you do Tuesday or Wednesday? And I'm like, I could do either. These are the times where I'm free. And then I have a first round interview on Thursday. I just had a second round interview on Friday. I'm filming this on a Sunday. And then we shall see how everything else goes. I don't know. I'm trying to have a whatever happens attitude, which if you know me in my personal life, that's not generally my attitude towards things. I tend to be kind of a control freak, which is part of why I like makeup and YouTube. Is like it's a area of solid amounts of control, if that doesn't make me sound like a psychopath. You just kind of like do your makeup, and the products generally work how they say they're gonna work and all that jazz. So yeah, that's been a little stressful, having interviews on top of work. I did just wrap up a project at work, which was really rewarding, just because this was one of the first projects I was assigned, which like It was supposed to be done like 3 weeks ago. That was my employer given deadline on it, but that didn't happen because it accidentally went to a different department for approval that it shouldn't have gone to. That was partially my fault, partially miscommunication from other humans in my life, in my work. Like I sent it over there, but that's because I thought I was supposed to, and then it waited in there for like a week, and then once I realized it wasn't supposed to be there, I couldn't get it back because they were trying to approve it. So that slowed things down by like a week and a half. So aside from that, I was only like a week late, you know? Another project, it's nowhere close to being done, but the first part of it got released. And so that was really exciting, you know, like seeing like the kind of first little milestone, you know? And then, yeah, so that's been good. I really like all my coworkers. I'm starting to realize that I'm leaving in 2 months, and then like I'm getting like almost like antsy. Goodness gracious, why am I like this? I'm getting almost antsy because I'm like, oh my god, I'm never moving 2 months. I have so much stuff to move. I don't know when I'm going home, like all of that, you know? So we shall see. I do think I'm going to visit my university friends this weekend, or this upcoming weekend for Halloween. Do something fun with them, so I might bring a box or a couple bags of stuff. I don't know. I get weird about being separated. Not that like I need material possessions. I just hate buying things that I already have. And so like if I know I have KT tape and then I don't have it on me, it's at another house, then like I can't use it. If that makes sense. Like if I can't use it at the place where I am currently, I don't want to buy more because I know I have some, and I get stuck in this cycle. But then I'm like, okay, I'll just bring the KT tape with me, and then and then I do that with everything, and then I overpack. But then I forget something important, like pajamas. In the 2 different times that my family's helped me move in to university, so when I moved into the dorms, and then when I moved into my apartment, both times I forgot pillows. Yeah, on the bright side, the second time I had already packed. I usually keep 4 pillows on my bed, right? And I had packed 2 of them, and then I forgot to bring the 2 that I had slept on the night, or that I had slept with the night before we like moved me down. I also forgot my bed frame that time, so I currently have no headboard on my bed. We have the other pieces. My dad and I just like took the bed apart and then forgot the headboard. And so that was funny. After, as we were moving in, my stepmom was like, why did I let you guys do this? Like, why did I trust you guys to do this? And we were like, hey, we got the mattress. And she's like, that's like the bare minimum, you two. And so my dad is where I get it, is what I'm trying to say. But, you know, it'll be good. So then now I'm trying to like, in my mind, I'm thinking about moving back. I have to start registering for classes next quarter. We don't start registering. They announce like the class list, like how many sections of each class and who's teaching it and stuff. About 3 or 4 weeks before enrollment starts. So I have all of my classes and like 4 backup plans. They always try and get you to use this little schedule builder thing that is useless, because the schedule builder assumes that you'll be able to get into like the ideal version of your classes, and I have never, actually that's not true. It's not that I've never been able to do that, but like my freshman year when I was first starting to like have to enroll and stuff like that, that's not how it worked for me at least. And so I just take a week in a Google Calendar, like a week in the school year that doesn't have anything else on it, and I will like block everything in, and then I like color code. So like the classes, like my ideal schedule, I'll make green, and then everything else I'll make like yellow or another color. Green's just my school color, so that's why I picked green. And so I'm just trying to get my brows nice and fluffy, you know, like a proper beauty guru. I don't know. And so yeah, it's been fun. Brain. Okay, so then I picked out all my classes. I have like 3 or 4 backup plans. For my department, they like putting labs on Friday for some reason, like big chunks of lab. And so I realized like if I want to take, I wanted to take these 3 classes initially, I was going to take 4, but 3 of them all had 3-hour block labs on Friday. So if I took all 3 classes, I would be in lab from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. And I'm like, no, nothing is worth that. Also, like, because of COVID, masks. So like you can't really eat in class. Also, you generally aren't allowed to eat in the labs anyways. And so like that's a thing. And so it was just kind of like, oh, okay, that's not happening. I have to think things through. But on the bright side, I'm still at a point in my schedule to where I've taken most of my support classes. So now I can take most of my upper classes. And it's not like, oh, well, I can't take that because I haven't taken this yet. And I can't take that because I haven't taken this yet. You know, I'm kind of in a nice place where I have a little bit of flexibility. And then I'm really trying to get my major courses done because those are the ones that I have the least flexibility in. Those are the ones like I have to take. But like if I can't take this one support elective, but I can take another one that like kind of sounds interesting, just not as interesting, I can do that in the future if schedules aren't working out. So I'm trying to take 2 important major related courses that are important for like future enrollment. I'm just going to give myself a quick spritz with my Urban Decay all-nighter. Okay, now that that's mostly set down, I also hit myself with a little bit of the MAC Fix Plus, but now that that is mostly dried on my face. Anyways, now it's time to decide what I'm doing with eyes. I'm gonna go for my Pen That palette. This top is kind of like a light peachy color, so I'm thinking just like something like basic and orangey because I'm basic and orangey. Let's start with a little bit of eye primer because why not? I am so excited to be done with this eye primer. I'm not really an eye primer fan to begin with, so then panning one, by the time I get to the end, I'm like, oh my god, I'm done. It's an extra step that I just don't care for. Which is funny because my roommate was like, why don't you use eye primer? I'm like, I feel like it doesn't do anything. She's like, but you use face primer? And I'm like, yeah, I feel like that helps my makeup, my skin. And she's like, she felt the opposite. She's like, I feel like face primer never does anything for me. But eye primer helps. And I'm like, I wonder if it's just like, that's just a personal preference, eye shape, skin type, eyelid oiliness kind of thing, you know? And I'm just gonna brush some powder over my lid to set that down. You know, a few weeks ago I actually did like the orangey color crisp, just kind of like all over everything, and then I did it like almost like a little halo effect with the gold, and I think I might do that again because that turned out really pretty. Made my eyes look kind of more round. Oh, this you guys might think is funny. So we went to a brewery after work one day, and I was just kind of hanging out, DDing, you know, and we were talking about haircuts. So we were saying something about Nick's haircut. These are coworkers. And Peter goes, yeah, like I like your haircut, but my face is too round to do something like that with my hair. And Nick was like, what are you talking about? And he was like, yeah, like, he's like, my face is more round. And I was like, yeah, Nick, your face is more like, rectangular. Like, validate me. You know the face shapes. And and so Nick was like, my face is a rectangle. And we're like, you never heard of this before? Like the different face shapes? And he was like, how is that even a thing you notice about people? And I was trying to explain, I'm like, my guy, if I mean, of course there are definitely women who didn't grow up this way or didn't ever care about this kind of stuff, but if you grew up reading fashion magazines or like women's magazines, you've been reading articles like how to dress for your face shape like your whole life. Like plums look really good on diamond face shape. And so it's just something that you like, it almost feels like common knowledge. He was like, y'all are nuts. And we were like, no, like it's a thing. Like everyone has different face shapes. Like and I just started like listing like different types of face shapes. And he's like, I want to be a heart face shape. And I'm like, well, you're a rectangle. Like, he was like, but a heart sounds cooler. And I'm like, it's a, it's a bone structure thing. And he wasn't getting it, but I just thought it was funny. I'm like, these are the kinds of things that guys don't, most of the guys in my life don't waste their time thinking about. And I feel like they have more time to do other stuff. But it was fun. It was a fun night. If you don't know, I'm from the Bay Area, but I'm currently in LA area, so the Dodgers game was on. And one of the other co-ops is also from the Bay Area, and so he was like actively rooting against the Dodgers. And then no one else at our table really cared much, but then all the other tables were all rooting for the Dodgers, right? And I was like, Peter, my guy, you're gonna get us beat up. Like, can you stop? And he's like, the Dodgers suck. And I'm like, don't say that too loud or I'm gonna beat you up. Like, I don't know. I was like, I don't want to be associated with someone who's loudly bad mouthing clearly the favorite team, because we were surrounded by tables of people wearing like jerseys and stuff. And so it was fine. Like, no one cared, but it's just funny. I was like, we're in foreign territory. Um, don't get us injured, please, or I'm not driving you home. But yeah, it was a fun time. One of the full-time workers who came with us, I was joking. I was just chatting. We were all chatting, and I asked him, "Oh, do you have any fun plans this weekend?" And he like immediately changed the subject, and I was like, "That's kind of sus." And then Nick asked him later, and he changes the subject again. And then, so he gets up to go to the bathroom, and my friend Annika, who had missed the whole thing because she was in line for food, comes back and I go, I will give you $10 if you ask him what he's doing this weekend. And she was like, okay, weirdo. And then she does, and he deflects, and she's like, oh my God. I'm like, I know, it's really funny. And so then I was like, there is a dead body in that man's future. Like, it was just, I think he like realized that we kept asking because he kept deflecting, and it was just really, like, it became like a game almost, but it was very funny. Now I'm just going to take a little bit of hype on the tip of my finger. I'm just going to press it in the center of my lid. I'm just going to take a clean finger and kind of tap around the edges. Go back and forth. I saw my oldest friend yesterday. I know there are people who have like family friends who they grew up with, who they've known since they were like 2, or people who they met in preschool or whatever, but this is my oldest friend, and I've known her since the 6th grade, so that's been like, can I get better lighting? One second. Okay, that's a little bit better. I feel like you can see my face now. I love these earrings. I think I got them from Francesca's, but they're adorable. They're a pain in the butt to get in. Like, once they go in, they are not coming out of my ears until I am done. But as I was saying, known this friend since the 6th grade, which is 3 plus 4 plus 10. Wow, like I've known her for like 10 years. Well, yeah, we met when we were 10 or 11. Coolio, that's really fun for us. But yeah, it was she's a cool person. I really miss her, but we don't get to see each other super often just because life has just kind of pulled us into different areas of the state. Um, but while I'm here, I want to see her a couple more times, you know? Really get to hang out with her, meet all her friends. I got to meet the kitten that she smuggled into the dorms. Um, but yeah, that was fun. We we stopped by. I got to meet some of her friends, and one of her friends was waiting on a different group of people because they were all going to go do something or whatever. And he goes, "Yeah, they were supposed to be at 2:30 or at 2, and it was 2:20." He's like, "Yeah, but they had to stop at Target for a quick thing." And I was like, "Hi, McGirl, we never stop at Target for a quick thing. It's always a process." And I'm gonna do my mascara and come right back. Okay, I am back with lashes on. The more into makeup I get, the more pickier I become about my eyelashes. But now it's time for highlighter. This might be kind of a lot for Sunday afternoon, but it is okay because we're owning it. And I need to hit some goals on some project pan products because the end of the month is rapidly approaching. You know, certain months just like hit different. I feel like when I am going out of town at the end of the month, or like I'm doing a weekend away at the end of the month, that's when it feels quicker because the trip almost doesn't feel like a part of the regular work month. It doesn't feel like an amount of time that I'm going to get things done. And so, oh my goodness. So it feels like the month is like however many days shorter, you know? Whew. I'm just a hot mess today. Is this enough blush? I feel like it's enough blush. I feel like if I had more blush, we're quickly trespassing into clown territory. And then what else do I have? I can tightline really quickly. Eyes are tightlined with my Lancome brown eyeliner, and now I think it's just lips. So I'm going to take a little bit of this MAC and Aladdin collaboration in the shade Princess Incognito. This is quite possibly like my favorite lipstick, which of course is convenient because you can't get it anymore. Although I'm very sure that MAC sells a similar color. So that is everything that I have for today's look. Thank you so much for joining me, for listening to me blather. I had a great time hanging out with you, and I hope to see you all again in a future video. Thanks, guys!